have another minute if you need a second. I said we have another minute, just whenever you're ready.
Oh, no, yeah, I am ready.
You ready? Okay. Okay, let's be official and wait another 30 seconds here. Okay, why don't we go ahead and go on the record? Good morning, all. This is the time and place notice for a hearing and application of Dominion Energy Utah for authority to change its depreciation rates in docket number 19-057-03. I'm Commissioner Jordan White, and I'll be acting as presiding officer for this hearing. Why don't we go ahead and start by taking appearances. Ms. Clark.
Thank you. My name is Jennifer Nelson Clark. I am here as counsel for Dominion Energy Utah, and I have with me Jordan Stevenson, who is the company's witness.
Thank you. Mr. Jetter.
And good morning, I'm Justin Jetter with the Utah Attorney General's Office, and I'm here this morning representing the Utah Division of Public Utilities. With me this morning is Division Witness Jeff Einfeld.
Welcome.
Robert Moore of the AG's office, representing the Office of Consumer Services. The office won't be offering a witness at this hearing.
Okay, thank you. I'm assuming there's no objection to just allowing the witnesses to stay seated since we have a stipulation. Is that fine with folks?
Yes.
That's great for us.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I forgot to ask, do we have anyone on the phone today for this hearing? Okay, great. All right, with that, unless there's any other matters of housekeeping, why don't we go ahead and proceed? Since this is Dominion's application, Ms. Clark, why don't you go ahead and start things off?
Thank you. The company calls Jordan Stevenson.
Okay, perfect. You want to go ahead and raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Stevenson, please state your name and business address for the record.
Jordan K. Stevenson, and my business address is 333 South State, Salt Lake City.
What position do you hold with the company?
I'm a manager of regulation.
Mr. Stevenson, was the application and your direct testimony and the exhibits to your direct testimony labeled DEU Exhibits 1.1 through 1.4, were all of those documents prepared by you or under your direction?
Yes.
And do you adopt the contents of your testimony as your testimony today?
Yes.
The company moves for the admission of the application, Mr. Stevenson's pre-filed direct testimony and the accompanying exhibits.
Any objection?
No objections.
No objection.
They're admitted.
And Mr. Stevenson, are you familiar with the stipulation that has been filed in this matter?
Yes.
Would you please summarize for the commission the relief the company sought and also the settlement stipulation that has been filed?
Yes, I will. In this docket, the company seeks an order approving new depreciation rates based on a depreciation study using year-end 2017 plant balances. The depreciation rates currently in effect are based on a study using 2012 plant balances. On February 4th, 2019, the company filed its application and completed depreciation study, which would have resulted in a $9 million increase in total annual depreciation expense. This increase was primarily caused by the total 2012 reserve variance balance of $86.5 million, shrinking by more than 90% to $7.4 million in 2017. On June 26, 2019, the parties filed a settlement stipulation that included 4 adjustments to the original depreciation study application. The 376 mains account was updated to use a depreciable life of 70 years and a net salvage percentage of 39%. The 380 services account was updated to use a salvage percentage of 85%. The 381.21 meters transponders account was updated to use a depreciable life of 15 years. And the 383 house regulators account was updated to use a net salvage percentage of 1%. Collectively, these adjustments reduced the company's originally proposed depreciation expense by $7.6 million. The parties agree that, if approved, these rates should be incorporated in the test period calculation used in the company's general rate case, docket number 19-05702. On July 1st, the company filed its test period revenue requirement using the rates agreed to in this settlement stipulation. The company believes that the proposed depreciation rates, including the adjustments agreed to in the settlement stipulation, are just, reasonable, and in the public interest. And this concludes my summary.
Mr. Stevenson's available for cross-examination and commission questions.
Thank you, Mr. Jeter.
I have no questions. Thank you.
Mr. Moore?
No questions, thank you.
Thank you, and I have no questions.
The company has nothing further.
Thank you, Mr. Jeter.
Thank you. The division would like to call and have sworn in Jeff Einfeld.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Einfeld, would you please state your name and occupation for the record?
My name is Jeffrey S. Einfeld. I'm a utility analyst at the Division of Public Utilities at 130 East, 300 South, Salt Lake City.
Thank you. And in the course of your employment with the division, did you create and cause to have filed with the commission pre-filed direct testimony on May 22nd, 2019?
Yes.
And are you familiar with DPU witness Roxy McCullers' direct testimony and the exhibits?
Yes, I am.
Would you adopt her testimony and exhibits today as your own?
Yes.
With that, I'd like to move to enter into the record the direct testimony of Jeff Einfeld and the pre-filed direct testimony of Roxy McCuller.
Any objection?
No
thank you.
objections.
They're admitted.
Thank you. Have you had an opportunity to review the settlement stipulation filed in this docket?
Yes.
And are you familiar with the terms that are included therein?
Yes, I am.
Do you believe that approval of that settlement stipulation by the commission would be just, reasonable, and in the public interest?
Yes, I do.
And have you prepared a brief statement summarizing the division's position?
Yes, just a brief statement. The division wishes to thank the company for its efforts in accommodating the division and its experts and other interested parties as the division worked to fulfill its responsibilities in this matter. I assisted in the analysis of the most recent depreciation study filed by Dominion Energy Utah in this docket number 19-05703. After analysis of the assumptions and the proposed changes, the division participated in negotiations with the company that resulted in a reduction of approximately $7.5 million in the annual depreciation expense sought. This represents an increase of just over $700,000 from current annual depreciation charges. The division believes this settlement is just and reasonable in result and in the public interest. And this concludes my comments.
Thank you. I have no further questions for Mr. Einfeld, and he's available for cross or questions from the commission.
Thank you. Ms.
Company
Park.
has no questions.
Okay. Mr. Moore?
No questions, thank you.
Thank you. And I have no questions either. And did you have any other statements? I know you don't have a witness, but
We just wanted to make a statement that the office has signed and supports the stipulation and believes that it's just and reasonable in result and in the public interest.
okay, perfect. Thank you. Are there any other matters to be addressed before the commission this hearing today?
No.
Okay, with that, the commission will take this matter in advisement and we're adjourned. Have a great morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.